You doing? Let's just adjust. Oh my goodness, it's been a crazy start to the day. Yes, it's good to be here with you though. I hope you're all well, having a productive and prosperous day thus far. Yes, honey, just fixing my wig, child. Okay, right. So we are getting into soul alchemy, activation, healing, transforming, and rising together. This is day 3. Don't worry if you missed days 1 and 2. I am on live days 1, 3, and 5. So you'll get to catch up if you would like to jump in to the program. You know, this 30-day beta test, it's completely free. You need to be ready to commit wholeheartedly. Like, you need to be in a position where you feel like, I'm ready for change, I'm ready for transformation, I'm ready to let go of that old version of myself in order for me to break free from toxic cycles of behavior, toxic patterns, relationships, behaviors, beliefs, all of that, right? So if you feel like that speaks to you, then you can, before jumping in, you can click the link in the description below, head over to my stand store and grab your free guide. It's a complete guide to the soul alchemy system and this process that we are working through together in the beta test over the next, it's like 27 days. Yeah, right? Because we started on Monday, 2 days ago. So there is a free WhatsApp group that goes along with this community. And I post in there each day. I post recordings of the meditations so that you don't have to watch this replay all over again, or in trying to find the meditations and the visualization exercises that I guide you through. So you have easier access to those. You also have reminder notes for the tasks and the tools and the practices that I share within these live sessions. I then post a little reminder in the WhatsApp group. You also get to be a part of an amazing community that is growing by the day of beautiful liberated souls that are on their healing, awakening, wealth, wellness, trauma transformation journey too. And they are sharing in that group. Oh my goodness. I've been brought to tears, so proud and so inspired by their courage, their strength, their vulnerability, sharing their stories as they do their healing work. And they're even posting pictures of what they've done in order to help inspire, motivate, and encourage everybody else in the community to be able to do the same. We've created this beautiful safe space, this gorgeous container, so that you can come and join and take part and be a part of this amazing ascending community as it grows. Okay, so we're hitting the ground running. Wacky Wednesday, wealthy Wednesday, well Wednesday, right to you all. Divine sun and moon rising wherever you are in the world. We've got people from all over the world in this community. So, and shout out to the rest of my Liberated Soul community that are in a separate WhatsApp group. Anyone that chose to take part in this process is in a separate little container, because we're sharing very openly, very honestly, very authentically. And you can be in the general WhatsApp group and just kind of be following along, watching the posts, using all the links and doing your own thing. And that's fine, because then you know that you can still be engaging with the community that are in there as you're on your journey. And if you have any questions, concerns, comments, you know that I'm in both groups. Okay, so you can access me by both groups. Oh, love that. So you can also check the Hipsy link in the description to receive your real-time reading. Those won't be done during these lives, but you can still book in advance. And when you do, you get a 15% discount. So you can check out my Hipsy link for readings, coaching packages available also via that link. Hi, Nina. Wealth and Wellness family. Okay, so The housekeeping, I'm not going to go into it every live, right? Because we shared it on day one, and the community that are in the WhatsApp already have it. It's posted and pinned in there, and I will do that on a reoccurring basis because we'll have new people joining as this process evolves and unfolds, right? So, yeah, don't worry, you can always catch up on what the housekeeping side of things is. But today we're going to be working through releasing shame and guilt. Okay, so, and there will be a collective reading either at the beginning of each session or at the end. So I'm going to allow Spirit to guide me in those, whether or not it needs to be said at the beginning or if it's meant to be at the end, to allow everyone to go off into their day or their night with that spiritual guidance, that message, that word from the divine that someone needs to hear to help them continually move forward and onwards and upwards. Ashe. Hey, Miss Logan. Divine Rising, dear one. Welcome, Wellness family. Okay, so we're working through releasing shame and guilt today. So, you know, I start each session by encouraging you to get into your 3x20 breath sequence. Okay, in order to connect you with the divine, to open up that conscious contact with God. Okay, so we're going to get into that first. So wherever you are, whatever you were doing, this is going to be your opportunity to leave the outside world outside, right? You're coming into this space now. You're going to relax your breathing, your body. You open up your heart and your mind to this process. And on day one, everyone made an intentions list. And that list will evolve over time. What you intend to get out of this next 27 days, out of this program, this process, out of this community. What is it that you're seeking to release, remove, detach? What is it that you're seeking to call in and manifest, right? How are you seeking to grow, evolve, transform, heal? What are your desired outcomes? So if you haven't already done your intentions list, do not fear. You can always start that list now and write down some intentions that come to mind in this now moment for you. And then you can continually add to your intentions list so that at the start of each session, when we go into our 3x20 breaths, and you're removing, releasing, and surrendering as you detach from any low vibrational thoughts, beliefs, behaviors, patterns, any negative experiences that have affected you prior to you coming into the session, you're handing those all over to the divine as you enter into your 3x20 breath sequence. And as you remove all of that energy and those beliefs and those patterns, right, through your exiting breath, through your releasing breath, right? And on the in breaths, you're going to be breathing in divine love and light. And you can be bringing to mind some of the things on your intentions list that you want to be absorbing, connecting with, accepting as your new way of life, as your new way of being, as your new beliefs, the things that you are pouring new faith and energy into. You can be holding those in your heart, bringing them into your body, drawing them into your awareness, which is you bringing them into physical form, into your reality. The more you're able to visualize these new beliefs and feel into them and lean into them and act as if with them and embody them, right? The more you're able to then start seeing the universe reflecting evidence of those beliefs, evidence of that faith appearing real in physical form, all through your thoughts, your beliefs, your words, and your intentional actions. Okay? So, with that said, you can focus now on that process and your 3x20 breaths. And you can continue after your 3x20 breaths by just relaxing into your breathing as I pray over you. Dear Divine Universe, and all our spirit guides. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this new day of life, love, health, wealth, and protection we have all been honoured with today. Thank you for bringing us together to do your work and your will. We ask, and it is our intent, to remove, release, and detach all energies and entities which are not in alignment with our highest good from us now, in spirit and in flesh. We ask that you light our paths and guard our steps on all our goings out and our comings in, from this now moment and always. Ashe, it is done, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Now, when you're setting your intentions, it's important that you do not limit yourself. Do not limit your outcomes based on your current external reality, circumstances, health, the levels of wealth that you're currently experiencing, or love that you currently feel like you have in your life. We were talking about this yesterday in the WhatsApp. Okay, it's important to focus less on your external environment, even if it feels challenging, it feels uncomfortable. Practice more going within, and you're doing that each time you come into an awareness of, do you know what I could do with doing my 3x20 breaths, and you do that practice, you are strengthening your ability to co-create with the divine in your inner world, your inner sanctuary, your inner space. Okay, so know that you are doing it right. You are doing it well. You are doing it right. Every time you practice your 3x20 breaths and you're going within, there's no point in practicing your 3x20 breaths and still be focusing on your external environment. It serves no purpose. I mean, doing the breath work is still good, but it's not going to get you where you're desiring to go and getting you into your divine power of being able to manifest what you prefer, rather than, as we all do, unconsciously, we're manifesting every second of the day. But more often, without doing the deep inner healing work, the shadow work, without, communicating with our inner family, our wounded adult, our teen, right? Our inner child, without forgiving all those people that you may have been holding resentments against and towards, and forgiving ourselves, we cannot utilize that natural gift and power of creation in a way that's going to serve us in creating our new identity or aligning with our highest self, that version of us that already exists in the astral plane, right? In the field of consciousness. We're unable to do that without doing this type of work. So do not limit your outcomes based on your current external reality. Set those intentions, right? Your intentions are your outcomes. Set those intentions and outcomes from the version of you that you are aspiring to be and align with. Okay? Do not limit yourself ever. You are a limitless being. Okay? Right. So, the story for today. First off, how did you get on with writing your letters to your younger self? Feel free to comment below. Let me know how you found that practice. I've been following along in the WhatsApp. Thank you to everyone that's been sharing their journey and sharing your world with me via that community. I'm so excited to be in there with you, right? So how did you find that practice? How did you find that process? You know, was it uncomfortable? Was it emotional? What did your inner child have to say to you? How old were you? You know, because not everyone's going to experience the same age. Not everyone's going to go back and connect with the exact same age of their childhood self. So yeah, feel free to share in the comments below and continue to share in the WhatsApp, wherever you feel comfortable, whatever resonates most with you, where you're at. Okay, so I'll hold space if anyone wants to share, and I'll see the comments come up. I see Miss Logan said, it's been difficult for me. I have got writer's block, very challenging. Okay, release resistance. In those times, release resistance. Do not give yourself a hard time or beat yourself up for the fact that you're finding it challenging or uncomfortable. Ask God, ask your spirit guides, ask the divine. Give me strength. Give me the strength and the courage that I need to enter into this healing experience, whatever that may be, whatever it looks like, whatever the task. I know I am equipped. Give me strength to enter in with courage and grace as I nurture myself, my inner family into healing, right? Release the resistance. You're not trying to force yourself to do anything. And you're not going to give yourself a hard time when your body's saying, I'm not ready. Okay? You can always come back to a task, right? You can always redo a task as well. So, some people in the WhatsApp, they have shared that they are doing a letter. Not only, they didn't just do a letter to their younger self, they actually did a letter to certain people also because they felt called to do that. Do what you feel most called and ready, emotionally and spiritually able to do, because there's going to be things that you, in yourself, you didn't feel ready or equipped to face or do, but then all of a sudden, because you've prayed on it, because you've asked God to go before you in regards to it, that inspiration, that motivation, that power just comes from nowhere. That inspiration to do it, to move intentionally, just comes. And it doesn't just come, it's because you've called it in using the power of your spoken word. Okay? And you're shifting your thoughts and beliefs into the concept of, I am the power. When I'm calling out in prayer, I'm calling out to that version of God that's within me, that element of God that's within me, right? The strength is coming from you. The inspiration is coming through you. The power is coming through you. The joy, the renewed motivation that's gets you out of procrastination. It's coming through you. You are activating and awakening it as you call out in prayer, in declaration. Ashe, and then just waiting, knowing that it's already yours. It's already mine. Anything that I need has already been provided. The request goes before the provision, right? The need is already met before you've even asked and made the request. The need has already been met. God has already provided everything we need before we even need it. God knows what we're going to need before we know we need it. Ashe? Nina says, I went from baby to now because it's all connected, right? And that's a beautiful thing. It's great, Nina, that you felt called to do that. Somebody yesterday was saying that, they did their letters and they felt really inspired and motivated and strong as they went into the next one and the next one and the next one. They felt called to do that. Then there were some documents from their childhood that they had never read through. And they said maybe that's the next thing that they were going to do. And I jumped into a voice note to have like this conversation with them, to encourage them to put God first. Prior to anything that you think you feel called to do, put God first and ask God, is this what I'm meant to do? Do I, especially when it comes to going back into the past, into the old self, when what we're seeking to do here is heal the old, as much of it as we can, in order for us to move forward. That doesn't mean dwelling in the past. That doesn't mean rehashing old breakups and relationships and arguments that you had with people. It doesn't mean reliving traumatic experiences and blaming yourself and feeling guilt and shaming yourself and guilting anybody else and blaming other people, right? I told that person, listen, God has placed it on my heart to tell you, take it to God first. Pray on it. Leave it for a few days and the right answer will come. Do I need to go back into those documents from childhood, rereading them and going into the emotions? And, you know, there's going to be things in there that she didn't even necessarily remember at this time. Why bring that back into your present? Why bring that into your present? The past is the past. It's gone. It doesn't exist in the now. So it only exists in the now because we hold on to it. We drag it into the now. So if you decide today, Addie, do you know what? God, do you know what? I've lived that. It's gone. It's only still remaining real for me because I'm allowing it to stay here. I'm allowing it to be with me and to still be a part of who I am now in this now moment. When that part of me is gone, that's dead. It's died. It's dead energy. Why do I want to continually drag around dead energy with me? Dead experiences, dead habits, dead beliefs. When at the end of the day, life and death is in the power of my tongue. So if I say it is done, it is done. If I say it is healed, it is healed. If I say it is forgiven, it's forgiven. How much power are you giving your past over you today? Ask yourself that every day. How much power am I giving my past over my present? And you can journal all the things from your past that you're still carrying around, that you're giving power over your present, that are ruining your present in some way, that are causing you to feel sad, depressed, unworthy, unloved, abandoned, neglected, unvalidated in your present. And then remove, release, and detach those things off your list. You can tear it up, you can burn it, you can just scrumple it up, throw it in the trash, and release those things in that moment. Call your power back to you. That's what you're doing through that practice. You are calling your power back from all those situations, circumstances, experiences, relationships, negative comments made about you, right? Low vibrational beliefs you were still holding on to about yourself. Remove, release, and detach. Exactly. Yes, Nina. Okay. So how much power am I giving my past over my present? Note that down. Okay. So we're going into conquering the inner critic at this time. So the practice I invite you to now do in your journals is I invite you to name your inner critic and write a letter telling your inner critic you no longer take orders from it. And this is something that's come up in the WhatsApp community as well, because we were talking about our saboteurs on Monday's live. Okay, and know that, don't worry, they have been recorded. I am hoping that YouTube is going to let me post the whole live. Some of them are an hour, some of them are an hour and a half. But each day I'm on live, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. There will be two lives, one 9:30 a.m. and then one 6 p.m., both UK time. So the 6 p.m.s will be a replay, a live replay of me going through the live from the rising, the AM live. Okay, so if you miss the AM, you'll be able to catch the PM live for the replay, so you do not need to miss out. Okay, but yeah, we were talking about our inner saboteurs and that inner voice. Some have more than one voice that we hear that tries to put us down, hold us back, make us feel unsafe or unworthy, tell us that we're stupid, that we never get anything right, that we're incapable of succeeding or creating something that's going to change the world and our world, you know. There's so many different types of saboteurs, and I'll post in the WhatsApp community each one of those with a description today, so that you can start to recognize the voice, who that saboteur is, what it stands for, what it resonates with, and where in your life, what period of your life it was created, because the saboteurs would have been created in order to protect you in some way. So there would have been some form of trauma, some form of crisis, some form of negative experience that then this saboteur was created from within you to protect you, to keep you safe, to keep you from experiencing that again in some way. Okay, so but then they go above and beyond and become this whole separate identity, and that's where it becomes problematic for us, and they will keep us stuck, limited, okay, in fear, doubt, worry, because they struggle to break free from that pattern. They think that's always going to be what our reality is, and that's not. And we accept that as part of our identity, but it's not, because you can change your identity anytime you like, as many times in your lifetime as you like. You are not chained to one identity, to one version of you. There are millions, if not billions, of versions of you that already exist out here in the ether, right? The only thing that separates us from embodying and embracing each one of those identities is our belief, is our frequency, right? What are you vibrating on the frequency of? Are you vibrating on the frequency of being a multimillionaire? Are you vibrating on the frequency of someone who is in a genuinely loving, trusting, loyal, mutually respectful relationship? Or are you vibrating on the frequency of lack, unworthiness, poverty, fear around money, right? And unworthiness in regards to how attractive you are or how appealing you are as a partner, what you bring to the table in a relationship. What are you vibrating on the frequency of? Because that creates your identity and also your world, your external environment and experiences and who you're drawing to you. Remember, I'm always saying, your vibe attracts your tribe. Okay, it doesn't just attract your tribe in regards to the people that you come into contact with. It attracts your experiences. Your vibe attracts your experiences. It attracts your tribe. Okay, so what are you vibrating on the frequency of today? Right, so your practice for the day is going to be to name your inner critic. You may name more than one. Okay, and to write a letter to your inner critics, letting them know you no longer take orders from them. The buck stops here, right? Transformation starts today. Okay, so that's something that you can do after the live. So you can note that down in your journal, that's going to be the practice that you do after the live. Okay, and you can utilize the tool for the day is reframing negative thoughts. Okay, so turning thoughts like I'm not good enough into I am growing and learning. And we've already started using this tool in the practice from Monday around flipping our we were flipping our labels. Okay, so we did some work around labels, the labels that we've placed on ourselves and that we've allowed other people to place on us, labeling us as broken, unworthy, unfit, ill, sad, depressive, negative, poor, incapable, right? These labels, bossy, stroppy, right? All these labels. And then we flipped those labels on their head so that we wrote down the opposites. So we created two lists. Our current labels that we're aware of, which you can also continue to add to in order for you to then flip them on your second list and put down the opposite. And someone was talking about, are we trying to fake it till we make it? No, you're not faking till you make anything. You're not faking anything. Your old labels, what you feel like are your current labels that you're working to address, they also resonate with your old beliefs, right? With the things that you accepted to be true about yourself that other people told you, that you felt like the world was telling you, right? You accepted those labels as your identity, as part of your identity. You accepted them to be true. When the universe has told us that we are the creators of our reality, so you get to define what you accept to be true. So as you flip those labels on their head and you write down the opposite, you're saying the opposite is becoming true for you. That is what from that day you are accepting as your new truth, your new identity, your new way of being, your new values, your new mission in life, right? So you write down your labels, you flip them, and you created your new beliefs, your new way of being, new way of thinking, new way of living, right? So you want to keep that list, the flipped list, you want to keep that up on your wall somewhere so that you can fully be embedding that into your conscious and your subconscious mind multiple times a day. When you walk past it, when you see it, you can text it to yourself, screenshot it, and have it as your screensaver on your phone so it goes where you go. When you experience things in your current external reality that you do not feel you prefer, you can look at your list and recite it. This is my new way of being. This is my new identity. These are my new beliefs. This is what I stand for. This is what I accept as my truth. Now, Ashe, the more you recite it, repetition is the mother of all skill. The more you recite it, the more you start to recognize that this is possible for me. I am the creator of my reality. This is what I'm identifying with and as. And the more you do it and recite it, the more your body actually absorbs it. You feel into it. Your vibration starts to adjust and adapt, and it feels uncomfortable at first, right? But no telling yourself, I'm faking it till I make it. No, you're not faking it till you make it. You are the bringer of change. You are the doer. You are the power here. Your world has to adjust and adapt to you, your beliefs, your core values, your acceptance of what is true for you. So there is no fakery here, my darlings. No fakery. Nuh-uh. Uh-uh. Okay, so use the tool of reframing your negative thoughts like you used the flip it practice. Okay, when you have a negative thought, when you become aware of that negative thought, and how are you going to become aware of it? When you feel in your body that you do not feel good. When you feel in your body you feel sluggish. When you feel in your body you feel sad or depressed or lazy or in pain, that's when you go, oh my goodness, I'm feeling this. What have I been thinking? Because our thoughts create the emotions. The emotions can create dis-ease in our body, or it can create renewed strength, vitality, excitement in our body, right? And then those feelings, those emotions dictate our actions. We act from our emotions. So if you don't get your emotions in check and change your thoughts, reframe your thoughts, you're going to be acting from those thoughts that you do not prefer, from those low vibrational thoughts and emotions. You will then act from those, and those actions are creating your world. They're creating your external environment. They're creating your external experiences. Does that make sense? It really is that simple. Shifting our world and our identity to that which we prefer, to the life we love living. It really is that simple. Learning and embodying and embedding those steps. My thoughts create my emotions. My emotions dictate my actions, and my actions create my experience. That's it. So check in with your body, check in with what you're feeling multiple times a day. It gets easier, I promise you, right? And as you do this practice, your awareness is ultimately growing because you've realized, you've reminded yourself to do it, to check in with your body. What am I feeling? How am I feeling? Is it positive? Is it negative? Right? Is it high vibrational? Is it low vibrational? Is it does it feel like light or does it feel heavy, dense, painful? Check in with what you're feeling. Then, what am I thinking that's making me feel that way? Is it an old memory? Is it something to do with someone that you've been speaking to? Is it one of your saboteurs and that voice and what they're saying? Is it something that's currently going on in your external environment and you're focusing too much on your external environment? Then, once you recognize what it is, you take inspired action rather than allowing yourself to be pushed around by the low vibrational emotions that have been caused by those low vibrational thoughts. You shift into inspired, divinely inspired actions instead. I'm going to go and do my 3x20 breaths. I'm going to go and meditate. I'm going to read a book that is based around self-healing, spirituality, or the career path that I'm desiring to go down. I'm going to do something that's more in alignment with God's will, and I'm going to get out of self-will. Self-will is ego. It's a trap. Okay? It's rooted in our old identity. It's rooted in the programming that we're subjected to on a daily basis with the news, media, socials, right? TikTok, Instagram, all these things that are just wanting you to just be on there for no real purpose, no real, with no real mission, no real goal, just scrolling mindlessly, wasting your God presence. Okay? If you're not on social media with a purpose to do a course, to learn something, to meditate, to heal, to find videos that you can use to exercise, right? Or learn about how to grow a business, how to create and grow a business, sell a course, monetize your socials, educate yourself, your children, your little light beings. If you're not on social media with a purpose, get off. Do a digital detox, right? Make sure you make yourself a little folder of the things that are like God intended for you to be learning and absorbing at this time. Make yourself a folder so you know when you go into YouTube, you're only going on to work through that folder of insightful, inspiring, educational, spiritual, healing, like transformative videos and content. Listening to the audiobooks as you're doing your laundry, making the beds, doing your cleaning, cooking, right? Doing the dishes. Prioritize your healing, your trauma transformation, your spiritual wealth and wellness above all things. Prioritize your peace and your growth, your own evolution. Okay, so other people around you will not necessarily get it. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? Why are you not on Netflix all the time? Why haven't you watched that series? Why haven't you seen what's going on the news? Why aren't you buying that makeup? Or why aren't you going to that store to get the 20% off right now? Or whatever. Other people around you aren't necessarily going to understand, and you don't need them to. Right? Because now you overstand. You're not understanding anything. You overstand it. You understand it. You recognize that you're a sovereign being out here. There is nothing above you but the Most High God, your creator, the all that is, which is within you. So you do not need to allow yourself to be dictated to by anyone. Not the media, not your friends, your family, your ex, your children even, your little light beings, right? They're here to teach us something. Our little light beings have all been sent to teach us something. And I know this has come up in the WhatsApp also, that some of us have lost children, whether it was in childbirth, whether it was, one of mine was an ectopic pregnancy where I nearly died, and it was either they saved me or that I don't even think, because my baby would have been like around 3 months old. So it would have likely have not made it anyway, but it was growing in one of my fallopian tubes. And so it was going to burst the tube, and then I would have bled internal, like died from internal bleeding, basically. So they caught it in time, had to cut out the baby and that tube. So it meant that I only had part of one tube left. And they said, it's unlikely, Miss Thomas, that you'll ever be able to conceive and carry a child. So I then thought I was going to be unable to have a family, to create a family, like from my own body. You know, I've considered adoption and fostering and all that sort of thing. It opened my eyes to all those sorts of options, right? But then less than 10 years later, or yeah, around that, you know, I was having my first child. God is good. Ashay? So, you know, this is the thing. God can do all things. God can make a way where there is no way, right? But ultimately, our little light beings are sent to teach us something. And there are some hard lessons in there, some really sad and emotional lessons in there, but they are always with us in spirit. Even those that have passed on are still with us in spirit. So they continue to guide us, to support us, to pour their love into us, and to keep us connected with the divine mind and those spiritual realms. Okay. So take comfort, my darlings, if you're one of the people that have lost a child or children, you know, a little light being or a big light being even. Okay. Reflection for today. Okay. What would your life look like if you spoke to yourself with love? We're not only reframing our thoughts with this one, my darlings, we're reframing our words, our speech, our inner talk, as well as our external talk. Okay? Calling on the power of our spoken words. What would your life look like if you spoke to yourself with love? Now, any of you that have been on my TikTok lives, you know, or in my coaching programs, you know that I encourage everyone to cultivate a romantic relationship with themselves. First and foremost, date yourself. Take yourself out for dinner, to the cinema, for a beautiful walk, right? Take yourself out and pamper yourself. Get a massage, get your nails done, get your hair did. Treat yourself to something. If you like flowers and chocolates, buy yourself some flowers, buy yourself some chocolates. And every time you walk past them or you eat one, know that it's from your lover, which is you. Ashay, write by yourself a beautiful card and send yourself a love note and keep it somewhere where you're going to see it every day to remind yourself how loved you are from within. Give yourself all the feels, you know, run yourself a beautiful salt bath with crystals around you, a beautiful scented candle burning and some gorgeous music playing in the background. Romance yourself, lovingly hug yourself, right? Pour that love into yourself physically, emotionally, and verbally. What do you think your life would look like if you spoke to yourself with love? Comment below, let me know what you feel your life would look like if you spoke to yourself with love. And you're welcome to continue, obviously, sharing in the WhatsApp community. And if you're not already in the free Liberated Soul WhatsApp communities, comment below, WhatsApp, and I will connect with you and get you in and send you a beautiful, like there's about 20 messages with links that I send you when you join so that you can start to absorb the teachings and integrate all of this beautiful knowledge and wisdom and healing into your life, into your daily life. And you can share that with your friends and family. All are welcome. So yeah. If this is sounding good to you and you're unsure, is it for me? You can click in the description below and I've created a complete free guide to soul alchemy and the process that I'll take you through this group coaching program. And there's also a free quiz an interactive quiz included in that guide. So you can take the quiz and start to recognize, well, does that speak to me? Is that for me? Is this program meant for me? Is this what I'm meant to do at this stage in my life? Okay, right? So, oh, you're so welcome, Nina. Yes. And I've also got one-to-one coaching packages and one-to-one readings available also via my Hipsy link description. Check the description out for all those juicy links, and you get a 15% discount when you book any of my products and services via Hipsy. So if you like a little bargain, that's my gift to you. Okay. So spiritual teaching. So you've got the practice to do, you've got the tool to help you do it, and you've got the reflection question to work on after the live. Okay. And know that you are creating this new life that you love living as you answer that reflective question and you start to incorporate the things that you will be saying to yourself into your life from a place of loving yourself, from a place of you romancing yourself, adoring yourself, uplifting and encouraging yourself, supporting yourself from that perspective of I am my own lover first. I am my own partner first. I am my own wife, my own husband first, right? My own life partner first. I am going to go through this life with me first, before anybody else, before I invite anybody else into my life to experience this with me. I'm going through it with me. I am my partner, right? I am my lover, my friends. Yes, I am my mother, because with the inner family work that we've already started doing, you are parenting yourself again. You are learning to parent yourself. You're learning to rebuild that trust with your inner family and that trust within your current self, that you can trust yourself to make good choices, that you can trust yourself to protect yourself, right? To do good things, to achieve, to like set goals and achieve them, right? Consistently. Okay. Oh, I'm tingling. Right? Spiritual teaching inspiration. There's one every live, okay? So I want you to look up Buddha's battle with Mara. And don't worry, these notes are posted in the WhatsApp community, so you don't need to worry too much if you didn't get to write something down, okay? Buddha's battle with Mara, which speaks to our need to resist the illusions of fear and self-doubt. So each spiritual teaching is meant to support you in some way, shape or form on your journey, right? To help you relate to the great spiritual teachers of our time and their journey, their experiences. So some of them will be from Yeshua, Jesus, in the Bible, okay? Some of them are going to be from the Torah, the Quran, right? The Kabbalah, all these beautiful, and the Book of Miracles even is a fantastic one, which has already been posted multiple times in the WhatsApp, the general WhatsApp community, but I can post it again, the free link to the audiobook version. It's 7 hours long, and I recommend that you listen in chunks, okay, and reflect on what you've listened to, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, 10 minutes if you're new to listening to audiobooks, right? And then reflect on what you learn in that period, and incorporating that into your life and into your being and into your rituals and your practices and so on. Okay, so look up Buddha's battle with Mara, which speaks to our need to resist the illusions of fear and self-doubt. Oh, are you ready? We're going into visualization now. Okay, and this visualization focuses on our inner child, the safe haven visualization. Okay, so reuniting with your inner child, and the purpose of this visualization is to build deep trust with your inner child, to heal abandonment wounds, and to create a soul level bond of safety and love. Okay, So we've opened up the communication with our inner family on Monday and Tuesday as you were working through the tools and the techniques and the practices, okay? So now we're looking to start to build trust with them and with ourselves, okay? And reconnecting, rebuilding that bond, getting rid of the separation that we started to experience and we've lived through. We've lived our lives with this separation from our inner child, our inner family, who have been wounded by different traumas and experiences that they've had to endure, okay? So, find a quiet space, my loves. Get ready to close your eyes. And obviously do not do this if you're if you're like controlling a vehicle or machinery or anything like that. You can come back to it when you're able to be still and quiet and safe. Okay. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Allow that breath to cleanse you as you exhale. Feeling the weight of the world as it melts away. Sink into the embrace of stillness. With every inhale, invite in safety and love now. With every exhale, release tension, fear, and old wounds. Now, imagine yourself standing in a vast open meadow, bathed in golden sunlight. The air is crisp with the scent of wildflowers, and a gentle breeze dances across your skin. You are surrounded by peace, an unshakable divine presence that assures you this is a safe and sacred space. As you look around, you notice a small figure emerging in the distance. It's your younger self. They are between 4 to 9 years old, or whichever age resonates with you most. Their small frame carrying the weight of feelings too big for them to hold alone. You can see it in their eyes. The longing to be seen, the quiet hope that someone will come for them. The wounds that have not yet healed. Take a step closer, then another. When they see you, watch their reaction. Are they hesitant? Do they run to you? Or do they look away, afraid to trust? No matter how they react, honor their emotions. You kneel before them, bringing yourself to their level gently. You look them in the eyes, those innocent, familiar eyes, and softly say, I see you. I love you. You are safe with me. A tear may escape their eyes or yours. You reach out your hand, offering comfort, if they allow it. Remember to honor their emotions and their reactions. But if they allow it, hold them close, wrap them in warmth and protection. Allow them to feel from you all the love they desire to receive. If they need space, we're going to honor that too. Just let them know that you'll wait as long as they need. Now I want you to take their hand and lead them to a safe haven. A place of peace and protection that you create for them. It may be a warm, glowing home where the lights are always on and love always awaits. Or a cozy forest nook where trees whisper secrets of strength and belonging. A sacred temple where they are honored, adored, and divinely protected. Or a tranquil beach where the waves wash away all fear and doubt. Whatever feels like home, bring them there. Let them know this space belongs to them forever. Once inside, sit with them. Hold their hands. Look into their soul and ask them, what do you need right now? What do you wish someone had told you back then? And how can I support you moving forward? Listen. Truly listen. The answers may come in whispers, in feelings, in visions. Trust whatever arises. And now, make them a promise. I will always be here for you. I will always be here for you. I will never leave you. I will never leave you. You are safe now. You are safe now. Feel the moment of pure, unconditional love pass between you both. You are no longer separate. You are whole. When you are ready, hug them one last time, knowing you can return here to be with them at any time. Watch as they smile, lighter than before, knowing they are no longer alone. When you feel complete, slowly bring yourself back into the present moment. Place a hand on your heart. Take a deep breath and softly say, "My inner child is safe. My inner child is loved. My inner child is free." You are now the loving protector, the guardian, the source of safety your inner child always needed. And from this day forward, they will never be alone again. When you're ready, open your eyes and return to the live. Well done, my darlings. Now you're going to have an opportunity to journal in two-way prayer as you've got this gorgeous connection now with your inner child, and having created that beautiful, safe, sacred space for them and taken up the position of their protector, their guardian. You're going to have some time to do some two-way prayer journaling. And these questions will also be posted in the WhatsApp community. What did your inner child look like? You can answer now or you can wait. It's up to you. I recommend answering now while it's still fresh in your mind and your body, that connection, that energetic connection that you felt. What did your inner child look like? How did they react to you? How did they react to you? So what did they look like? How did they react to you? You can comment below also in the description if you'd like to engage with that. What message did they give you? Did they give you a message when you asked them the question? What would they have liked someone to have told them back then? They may have even given you a message for the version of you in your current reality now. What message did they give you? And this one, I love this question. How did it feel to promise them safety? How did it feel to promise your inner child safety? I see you, Nina, slowly coming to you. A little boat between the whales. In a little boat between the whales. Oh, how beautiful. Oh my goodness, I just got chills. Oh, wow. Okay, so I don't ever want you all to feel overwhelmed. You're going to work through these things at your own pace. And for those that, are like, yeah, just powering through, I will always make sure that I'm posting in the WhatsApp community on the days that there is no live. So on the Tuesdays and Thursdays, every 7 day cycle, I will always be posting in there something for that day. So action steps, handy tool, quote, a story, like a narrative that it's important for us to begin to reframe, okay? Reflect on and reframe from your own personal experience. So there's always something there for you to get out of your external reality and go within to focus on, okay? Every day. Right. So action steps throughout your day. Anytime you feel triggered, anxious, or lost, place your hand on your heart and silently whisper to your inner child, I am here, you are safe. I am here, you are safe. Right? Our heart's over here. I am here and you are safe. At any point in your day when you feel triggered, anxious, fearful, worried, sad, depressed, place your hand on your heart and just reaffirm to your inner child, I am here, you are safe. And remember that you have taken up this position as their protector, their guardian, their superhero. Ashe? Okay. Miss Logan said, I need to revisit. I defo have a block when it comes to my childhood. But I'm happy that I'm learning more about myself. I'm so proud of you, honey. And you've said that with love, that you're aware that you have a block when it comes to your childhood. And as you lean into these meditations and these practices, those blocks are going to start to just melt away. The more energy and attention and love you pour into them, into those blocks, and you nurture them and you work your way through them, and also using this meditation to communicate with your inner child is going to help remove and release and detach you from those blocks also, because you're going to be healing your inner child and her wounds, their wounds, whether it's your inner teen, your inner child. Some people, they can remember as far back as to being in the womb. Okay, so then the experiences that they absorbed from their mother, what their mother was going through and experiencing, and how that impacts us then when we come into our own human experience. Most people are unaware of that. And just as an example, I see it with my own children, and having been in a domestically abusive relationship when I was pregnant with my middle daughter, and my eldest was a little toddler, a beautiful little thing. And my middle child was absorbing all of that from within my womb, and my first daughter was absorbing it in real time. So they have been affected by my experiences. And so it's important to try and make sure you have those conversations with them, and you hold a space for them to communicate about it. And they've cried also, um, about it and through it and what they've experienced. And because they had no idea why they felt the way that they did, why they had the fears or anxieties they did, or would react to certain things in the ways that they did. But it's because of what they were experiencing, either from within my womb or it being in that environment at the time. So it's important that we communicate and we help them heal themselves also, in order to ensure those cycles, those patterns, those behaviors, those beliefs are broken, so that they don't carry them into their future adult relationships and any other relationships, friendships that they enter into in childhood and their teen years and so on, right? Um, that happens whenever she is always welcome and safe here with me. I'll be her shelter. Love that. Love that. Okay. So, write out a burn list of things that you blamed yourself for as a child, or even still now you might be blaming yourself for some things. But write out, you can put the title in your journal so you know what you're doing when you come back to it. You're writing out a burn list of things that you blamed yourself for as a child, right? And you are going to burn that list. You're going to use the ritual and the element of fire to cleanse, remove, release, and detach you from those past beliefs, from that past blame, from those past feelings of guilt, shame, and hurtful emotions and experiences. You're going to allow fire, the element of fire, to cleanse you of all of that, right? To absolve you of any guilt, shame, fear around those things that you took on and blamed yourself for. Okay, so there's been a lot in there, and as I say, I do not want to overwhelm you. I want you to feel able to put yourself into action, to do the tasks that we've already kind of set within this session. And I'll post the notes in the WhatsApp group, so as you work through things, when you feel ready, you can then move on to the next thing that's in the list for that session, and so on. But release resistance. We're not forcing ourselves to do anything. We're not beating ourselves up for not doing something yet. Allow your body to guide you. Allow your inner child, your inner family, and your energy to guide you into what tasks you are meant to be doing each day, and when. There's no time limit. You've got the task there, you've got all of the tools there to come back to jump into, right? As and when you feel so called. But if you feel like you're lacking energy, inspiration, strength, courage, motivation, take it to God. Take it to God, take it to your ancestors, right? Because right now what you're doing is healing generational curses. You're not just doing this work for you. You're not just doing it so that you can come into the identity of your highest, truest self and make a huge impact for the greater good of this earth and this humanity. You're also healing your lineage, your mum, your grandma, your granddad, your great grandfather. You're healing your ancestral line. You're breaking these generational curses for them and for the foreseeable future. Okay, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work you're doing. So I just want to say, well done, honeys. Give yourself a pat on the back. Like, yes, you're showing up for yourself. You're showing up for your ancestral line. You're showing up for your future generations to come, right? And for people that you don't even know yet, you're showing up for them by you doing this healing work. Just know that. So well done. I'm super proud of you. I love you all so, so much, right? You can check in with the WhatsApp in a bit. I'm going to do the recording of that visualization exercise, so you'll be able to access it in there, just the meditation. And any comments, questions, concerns, like pop them in the WhatsApp. If you are not already in the WhatsApp community and you're seeing this live as a recording, welcome. Comment below WhatsApp and I will connect with you. And you can also access this amazing program. If you'd like to jump onto the beta test, for the next 27 days. It's completely free. So this is a great time for you to get involved. But know that before you sign up to get involved in this test run, that it is a commitment of you showing up for yourself every day for the next 27 days, right? And if you're starting a bit late and you're ready to make that commitment, you will still need to do the first 3 days also. So it's 30 days. It's a 30-day commitment to yourself of showing up for yourself, of committing to your healing, your trauma transformation, connecting and opening up and like dedicating yourself to incorporating rituals and practices and new ways of thinking, speaking, doing into your life, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when it feels hard, knowing that no one is judging you, that you're being lovingly encouraged and supported, not just by me, but by our amazing Liberated Soul community, to show up and do your best. And we're holding each other's virtual hands through this process, and you're able to reach out and connect with each other like I've seen you offering to do, like tears of joy, like, oh my goodness. Relationships, friendships are forming. It's just this beautiful sacred inner circle, like it's so juicy. So yeah, this is so much more than just a group coaching program. It's a community and it's a way of life. So get involved, reach out, DM me, comment below. And if you are interested in getting into a one-to-one coaching program with me where you feel like you need that intensive support, and you prefer it to be done privately, click the link to my Stan store in the description below. There's also one-to-one readings available in there, and they come with a 7-day Oracle action plan to kickstart you into your trauma transformation experience. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now. I'll be back on live for the evening replay at 6 p.m. GMT, and you're welcome to jump back on for that one if you'd like to. And if not, then I'll see you in the WhatsApp. Bye for now.